Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear friends and students, Assalamu alaikum. Rivers have always been one of the major sources of water for domestic, industrial and irrigational purposes. Adding scenic beauty, provide food, bring fertile alluvium soil, and there are many other ways in which rivers contribute in the economy of a state or country. So here is a list of the topics which include in today's presentation. So first I will define water flowing from highland to lowland over a long distance called a river. Highland to lowland mean from mountainous areas to the plain areas over a long distance. Another definition is rivers are large natural streams of water flowing in channels and emptying into larger bodies of water, means seas. Stages of river. You can see the river begins from the mountains from its source till where river ends at mouth. So the whole journey of the river can be divided into 3 stages or 3 parts or zone. So number 1 is the mountainous journey of the river, stage 1. The stage 2, the plain area, journey of the plain area, and the third is the deltic plain, when the river is close to the sea. So this is the third stage of the journey of river. So this can be divided further, can be understood into 3 ways. The mountainous journey of the river is called upper course. Upper course, what is the course? Course is the path or route of the river. So this is the upper course. The mountainous journey of the river is called upper course. Here river carry less volume of water, therefore it called young stream, but it has more energy. It is very much energetic here due to steep slope. So you can see there is a steep slope. So due to steep slope, even then it is young stream, carry less volume of water. At upper course it is energetic. The river is energetic. It has energy like the adult, like the kids they have at adult age. They are very much energetic. Okay? They are ready at this age, energetic. Why? Because river is ready to fight with even the big rocks, big boulders. And आप कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर ये थकता नहीं है. Like at adult age, they do play whole the day. Much of the time they spend in playing. They are walking, they are moving, they are going. तो वो कुछ ना कुछ एक्टिविटीज में मसरूफ है, लेकिन थकते नहीं है. So this is the journey, the very first journey of the river, which is called upper store. This is the stage. The first stage is, you can say, adult age, or you can call it upper course. Another course which is called the middle course. Middle course is when the river starts the plain area journey is called middle course. Here river is mature stream because it carry large volume of water on the plain areas. So here is the mature stream, and due to moderate slope, and the slope is moderate on the plain areas like Punjab and Sindh, they have moderate slope and called young age. Young age, like the young people, they do behave mature. Okay? Like us at this age, near 35, 40 until 50s and 60s, so they always behave mature. Even then they have strength, but they don't fight, they don't erode, they don't fight with everyone. So therefore this age, the second stage is called young age. Okay? And now it begins the third and last stage of the river, which is called lower course. Lower course begin when river reach near the sea. When river is near the sea, so here stream is old stream. Why? Because of the gentle slope. Here the gentle slope mean almost, you can say, the dead slope. First steep slope, then moderate slope, and now here it is gentle slope, mean almost the dead slope. When river reaches to the sea, so it get gentle slope, therefore the energy loses its energy. When river was at the upper course, here this due to steep slope it was energetic, even then it has less water, less volume of water. But here when it get old, due to gentle slope, it has gentle slope, there is a dead slope, therefore river even cannot carry the small fine particles of silt and clay along with into river, start depositing. In Pakistan, so deposition, the third part, the lower course, the old age begins from Thatha. Therefrom river starts to divide into several streams. So this is the old age journey of the river when river is close to the sea. So this is the third stage, and the most important over all these stages are the slopes, which decides the energy. Let's begin with the third, which is another topic, is the what is a river system. Rivers originate from its source from the mountainous and ends in the sea, so at the mouth. So whole area river travel, this thousands of kilometer journey of a river, the many features are formed. So what are those features will help us to understand the river system. So all rivers, they don't have the same system, they don't have the same characteristics, but most of the river generally have the same characteristics. So we'll find out the meaning of all these terms to understand the system of a river. So it is another elaborated figure of the river system, which includes the source where from river begins, and mouth where river ends, so meets the sea. So what are tributaries, confluence, main river, levees, delta, estuary, meanders, oxbow lakes? We'll find out the meaning of these terms. So number one is the source. You can see source is a place, an area where from river starts, originates or begins, or you can call it headwater. It is the beginning of a river. So Lake Mansarovar is the place where from river Indus originate. River Indus starts from the Lake Mansarovar, and it is fed by all the rivers. They are fed by rain and melting of snow. Next term is the tributary. Tributary, like here you can see the tributary, mean the small rivers or streams which join the main river, called its tributaries. In Pakistan there are river Indus is the main river, river Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, etc. These rivers, they join the river Indus. Therefore these rivers called, whether these are the big river, but these rivers called the tributaries of river Indus because they join the river Indus. Finally they drop their water in river Indus and called tributaries of river Indus. So next is the main river. Main river is the primary river. Main river is the primary channel and course of a river. Like river Indus is the main river, or you can understand it is not a tributary. Main river will not be a tributary because the rivers join the smaller river, the smaller stream, they join the main river. And next is the meander, is a bend, loop in the river channel, and these meanders are formed usually in the middle course of a river, where river take turn, it take bends and then travel in a way called meanders. These bends in the course of a river called meanders. Next, confluence, the area where two rivers meet. Here you can see the area where two rivers meet, this is called confluence. And river mouth, the end of the river. So the end of the river where river joins the sea is called mouth. Estuary, simply you can say the big mouth of a river is called an estuary. Estuary is a term is used for a river mouth which is big. So estuary is the tidal mouth of a large river where the tide meets the stream. The mouth where river meets the sea, and if it is wide mouth, so then it become estuary. Levee, Levee is a ridge of sediment deposited naturally alongside the river by the overflowing water. It's a natural embankment. Embankment आपको मालूम है कि बंद को कहते हैं. There are artificial embankments usually are formed alongside the rivers, alongside the channels, canals, so that water could not overflow, could not flood the cities. तो उसके लिए embankment बनाई जाती हैं. Likewise, if these embankments are formed naturally, due to naturally mean how? Because river carry load, carry alluvium along with, and this alluvium is deposited and it forms the natural embankment called levee. Ridge किसको कहते हैं? The raised area. So ridge is the raised area. जैसे स्पीड ब्रेकर होता है, रोड पे आप जा रहे हैं, स्पीड ब्रेकर आ गया, दिस इज द रिज, काइंड ऑफ रिज, ठीक है, रेज्ड एरिया, ठीक है. उसका पर्पस क्या होता है स्पीड ब्रेकर का? कि आपको रोकना है. सो लाइक द रिज इज फॉर्म नेचुरली बाय द, नेचुरली हाउ? बिकॉज रिवर कैरी alluvium along with it, carry which is called its load. So it is deposited on the side of the river, formed embankment which is called levee. Another, flood plain. Plain area which is flooded, which is flooded by the river's water. And there you can say there are two types of flood plain. One is called active flood plain, the second is old flood plain. Active flood plain mean active flood plain, the plain area which is flooded oftenly or almost every year. It happens on the both sides of the river, like river Indus and the other rivers. On both sides of the rivers during summer season, when water melts, snow melts, and heavy rainfall, like nowadays the monsoon season, due to the monsoon the more water comes in rivers, so it covers, it flood on both sides of the river, which is called active flood plain. So plain area which is flooded is called flood plain. So it is flooded and river carry alluvium, and this alluvium is the fertile soil. It is deposited there, therefore it is considered one of the best soil. So flood plain. Old flood plain, another type is old flood plain. It is evident from its meaning. Old flood plain mean the plain area which river used to flood, but no more flooding is now taking place, or once after many years there might be flooding. So why not there is flooding? Because river takes bend at in the middle course and it change its route. So one reason may be the river may have changed its route, so no more flooding now taking place. And the second reason may be when where river used to flood and it deposited alluvium, so now this area raised up, so therefore no more flooding may be taking place there. This is called old flood plain. And another term is used for wet land. You know the meaning of dry and wet. So land which remain usually wet, mean which remain saturated with water, is called wet land. So where it happens on mostly at the deltic plain, where rivers, when river reaches to its lower course near the sea, rivers then divide into several streams. So there, this is called the wet land, because their river deposit its load, the fine particles, which includes fine particles, sand, silt and clay. So this is, and always it remains saturated with water, and because it is fertile, so many of the vegetations and adopted to wet conditions. Watershed. A watershed is the area, the most outer or last limit of the river, which is drained by a river and its tributary, is called watershed. ये आप देख सकते हैं कि इसमें this is the most outer boundary of the river where river draws its water. This is called the watershed. अब इसके दूसरी तरफ हो सकता है this area may be irrigated by another river. So but river, if suppose this is river Indus and it was its outer limit, यहाँ पर इसका पानी जाता है through canals, so this may be the most outer limit where river can draws its water. इससे आगे नहीं पानी डाल जाता इसका रिवर का, ठीक है, by all means, कि इससे आगे ये रिवर इरिगेट नहीं करता. So this is called this total area within the boundary is called watershed. So watershed boundary, so this is the outermost limit or boundary where river draws its water, इससे आगे इसका पानी नहीं जाता. So this is called watershed. और यहाँ हो सकता है कि if this area is being irrigated, तो उसके लिए दूसरे दरिया का पानी यहाँ तक आता होगा और उसका पानी इस बाउंड्री से इस तरफ नहीं आता. Sometimes these watershed boundaries are formed naturally. There might be a rock, there might be a mountain range, कि एक तरफ माउंटेन रेंज है तो रिवर जो है वो बाउंड हो जाता है कि वो उससे उस तरफ उससे आगे पानी नहीं जा सकता उसका. फिर उससे फर्दर आगे कहाँ से जाएगा, वो दूसरी साइड से कोई रिवर हो तो उसे इरिगेट कर रहा होगा. अदरवाइज इसका पानी अब दूसरी तरफ नहीं जा सकता बिकॉज ऑफ द नेचुरल ऑब्स्टैकल और हर्डल विच मे बी a rock, a mountain range, or it may be a sea. In between there might be a sea water. So these are the last upper boundary called watershed boundary. Okay. So here you can see some of these are the tributaries of river Jhelum, Chenab, Swan, Ravi, Satluj. All these rivers, they do join and then drop in the river Indus here. At Mithankot, they join. Here is the head Panjnad, and then the head Panjnad, it travels and drop their water in the river Indus. Therefore, all these rivers are called the river Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj. These are the eastern tributaries of river Indus. And river Kabul, Sawat is the tributary of river Kabul, and river Kabul drops in the river Indus. Therefore, the Kabul is called the tributary of river Indus. And Kuram, likewise Gomal, these are the Zob are the tributaries of river Indus. So tributary and confluence where two rivers meet, and this is the place where two rivers meets, another confluence, and here is another confluence. So confluence, the area where two rivers meet. Tributary, confluence, another. This is the mouth of the, here you can see this is the mouth, and this is wide, this is wide area is called estuary. So mouth or estuary, the area where river ends and meets the sea. Another work of the river does three kinds of job or works: erosion, transportation, and deposition. We'll see what are the meaning of erosion, transportation, and deposition, and further there are different types of erosion, transportation, and deposition. So let's begin with the erosion. Erosion is the process that wears away the river bed and banks. Okay. It wears away the bed and banks. So what is the river bed? Where the river is flowing. The lower part where the river is flowing is called its bed. And banks mean the side part of the river called its banks. Banks and bed, where the path of the river where river is flowing, it called its bed, and the side areas called its bank. So wearing away, cutting of these bed and bank is called erosion. So this process is called erosion, and simply erosion mean breaking down of rock. And remember, in geography, rocks does not mean the hard part of the earth. It even includes this soft part of the earth like clay and silt. Hard part, it may be marble, hard maybe even marble, or soft like a clay. In geography, this is called both, they are termed as rocks. So breaking down of rock is called erosion. Types of processes, erosion, sorry. So types of erosion includes, number one is hydraulic action, mean action of water. Water has its force, energy, and this energy when is applied on the rocks, so cracks are produced in the rocks. So rocks then at times comes are broken down, called hydraulic action. This process is called hydraulic action. This is the sheer power of the water as it smashes against the river banks and bed, produce cracks in the rocks and cause the crack to break apart. Second, abrasion. So this is the action like a sandpaper. Sandpaper शायद आपने देखा होगा, जिसको हम यूज़ करते हैं किसी सरफेस को प्लेन करने के लिए. Abrasion is the process, ठीक है. It works like a sandpaper, कि जो रॉक्स होती हैं वो इसके कॉर्नर्स क्या होते हैं, वियर ऑफ हो जाते हैं, सैंड पेपर की तरह काम करते हैं. पेबल्स ग्रिंड अलोंग अ रॉक प्लेटफॉर्म मच लाइक सैंड पेपर. ओवर द टाइम रॉक्स बिकम स्मूथ. ठीक है, जब पत्थर आपस में टकराते हैं वो क्या होते हैं, ग्रिंड होते हैं. दो पत्थर का आप हाथ में लें, उनको आपस में उसको रब करें तो वो ग्रिंड हो जाएंगे, और वो क्या होंगे, उनके राउंड, उनके कॉर्नर्स जो हैं वो ख़त्म हो जाएंगे और वो वियर ऑफ हो जाएंगे, वो इरोड हो जाएंगे और वो स्मूथ हो जाएगा पत्थर. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट हैपन्स व्हेन इन द रिवर. सो रिवर, these stones, these pebbles, they strike with each other and then they get smoother and smaller. But how they get smaller? Attrition is another process when the rocks, they strike with each other in the rivers and then they get smaller. Okay? They knock against each other. When rocks that the river is carrying knock against each other, they break apart to become smaller and more rounded. ठीक है, वो स्ट्राइक करते हैं, स्मॉलर होते हैं, टूटते हैं, स्मॉल पीसेस में डिवाइड होते हैं, एंड देन स्मॉलर एंड मोर राउंडेड. ठीक है, और ज़्यादा राउंड हो जाते हैं. और सोल्यूशन इज व्हेन द वाटर डिजॉल्व सर्टेन टाइप्स ऑफ रॉक्स, फॉर एग्जांपल लाइमस्टोन. लाइमस्टोन एंड रॉक सॉल्ट, यू नो दीज आर दोज मिनरल्स. अगर इसको पानी में डाला जाए तो ये मेल्ट हो, ये डिजॉल्व हो जाते हैं पानी में. सो दिस इज हाउ इट गेट इरोड. एक और चीज़ आपकी एट्रीशन और एब्रेजन के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा कि when you travel, historians they find the old path or route or course of the river. Okay, the rivers which get dry since hundreds of years gone, hundreds of years back. So but now how they can find the route, path or course of the river? जैसा कि river Hakra used to flow in Cholistan desert. तो लेकिन उसका पाथ, उसका कोर्स जो है वो कैसे तलाश किया जाता है, वो इन पत्थरों से तलाश किया जाता है. वो जो स्टोन्स होते हैं और जो रिवर्स में होंगे वो क्या होते हैं, स्मूथ हो जाते हैं, स्मॉलर हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज दे स्ट्राइक विद ईच अदर, देयर कॉर्नर्स वॉर्न ऑफ. ठीक है, कॉर्नर्स उनके ख़त्म हो जाते हैं एक दूसरे का टकरा कर, और जो है एब्रेजन और एट्रीशन प्रोसेस से वो स्मूथर होते हैं और स्मॉलर होते चले जाते हैं. तो और उनके ऊपर वो लेयर्स जो है पानी की जिस तरह से वो भी दिखाई देती हैं. तो ये इस तरह के स्टोन्स जो हैं वो आज भी जो है, जहाँ पर दरिया बहना बंद हो गए, लेकिन वो रूट जो है, वो पाथ, वो कोर्स जो है, उस पर ये पत्थरों की मौजूदगी जो है वो पूरा रास्ता दिखा देती है कि ये रिवर कहाँ से कहाँ तक फ्लो किया करते थे. सो रिवर हाकड़ा इज़ वन ऑफ द एग्जाम्पल एट चोलिस्तान विच यूज टू फ्लो. अनदर वर्क ऑफ रिवर इज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. Transportation, river picks up the sediment and carries it downstream from upper stream to lower stream. River carry these sediments. So there are three types of transportation, and river does this job through four ways. Number one is traction. In this process, large heavy pebbles, boulders, big stones are rolled along the river bed because of the force of the water. And this happen mostly at the upper course where river is adult. Stream carry less volume of water, therefore it has young stream. There, but because of the energy, so river transport the big boulders. Okay, but these big boulders, they roll along the bed of the river. Why? Because they are heavy. ठीक है, heavy होने की वजह से वो रोल होते हैं because of the force of the water. And next is the saltation. Pebbles, stones which are lighter than the material, or pebbles or boulders, they are lighter than the interaction, the material interaction. These pebbles and stones are bounced up and down along the river bed with the force of the water and transport from one place to another place. सो ये इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें छोटे स्टोन होते हैं. इससे कंपैरेटिवली ट्रैक्शन में जो बड़े बोल्डर्स होते हैं, बिग रॉक्स, बिग पार्ट ऑफ पेबल्स होते हैं, बोल्डर्स होते हैं, लेकिन इसमें उससे छोटे स्टोन होते हैं, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ द फोर्स ऑफ वाटर वो क्या होते हैं, वो बाउंस करते हैं, स्ट्राइक करते हैं विद द बेड, फिर ऊपर उठते हैं, फिर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, फिर बाउंस जो है वो करते हैं बेड पे, फिर अप जाते हैं, फिर डाउन जाते हैं। ये अप एंड डाउन इस तरह से हो जाते हैं। जैसे आप कभी जो है लेक में पत्थर फेंकते हैं, ऐसे स्टोन फेंकते हैं, तो बाज़ दफ़ा वो बाउंस अप होता है, ठीक है, आप स्ट्राइक करता है सरफेस के साथ, फिर अप जाता है, फिर नीचे, फिर जो है वो उसमें डूब जाता है। सो दिस इज हाउ द सल्टेशन, सो द स्टोन्स, पेबल्स, दे बाउंस अप एंड डाउन अलोंग द रिवर बेड and transport from one place to, mainly from upstream to low stream. And the third is called suspension, in which lighter sediment remains suspended and carried in the water, like small lighter sediments includes the sand, silt, clay, so which the water looks muddy. आप कैनाल्स में, रिवर्स में देखते हैं कि इट इज़ ब्राउनिश, और पानी को हाथ में लें तो आपको पता चलता है कि जी इसमें सैंड है, इसमें सिल्ट है, या इसमें क्ले है। तो ये जो है दीज आर द लाइटर मटेरियल, दैट इज व्हाई दे रिमेन सस्पेंडेड इन द वाटर एंड ट्रांसपोर्ट फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू एन अदर प्लेस. So this is the lighter material, therefore it remains suspended. The last one is the solution. Solution, the transport of dissolved chemical like rock salt and limestone. So in erosion we have come to know the limestone and rock, they get dissolved, and this dissolved chemical, they are transported from one place to another place. This process of transportation is called solution. Here you can see a diagram of traction. The big boulders, they are rolling along the bed. On the other hand, it is saltation, where the stones, they are rolling, they are bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down, bouncing up, down, up and down, and then they also divide. जब ये बाउंस बैक होते हैं तो फिर ये टूटते भी हैं, तो ये bouncing up and down, this process is called, and they are being transported, so they called saltation. And the third, suspension, the fine particle like silt, sand, clay, they remain suspended in the water, and they change the color of the water as well. Solution, the dissolved chemical like rock salt, they are dissolved and they are also being transported. They are also going towards downstream. Now the third job of the river is deposition. Deposition is the process where material being transported by a river is deposited. Okay. When does a river deposit its loads? The question is, which is most important, why river deposit its load? Because when river gets slowed down, when river slows down, it deposits its load. Okay. Why it deposit its load? Because rivers lose energy. ठीक है, आपके पास वेट है, हैवी वेट है, तो आप चल रहे हैं, लेकिन जब आप समझते हैं कि एनर्जी नहीं है, तो सेम वेट यू कैन नॉट कैरी इट अलोंग, ठीक है, उतना वेट दोबारा नहीं उठा सकते, भूख लगी हुई है, हमारी एनर्जी कम हो जाती है, तो फिर जब तक हम कहते हैं जी कुछ खाएंगे नहीं, एनर्जी नहीं आएगी, तो वी कैन नॉट कैरी द लोड. सो द रिवर व्हेन गेट्स स्लो डाउन, सो इट लूज इट्स एनर्जी, सो देयरफॉर इट स्टार्ट्स टू डिपॉजिट इट्स लोड. द क्वेश्चन इज, बट व्हाट कॉजेज द रिवर टू स्लो डाउन? कि रिवर स्लो होता क्यों है? ठीक है, व्हाट हैपन्स विद द रिवर? So there are three major causes of the rivers to get slowed down. Number one is obstruction, for example dams. The dams have been built, so these are the artificial barrier or obstacle against the river flowing downstream, so where river start depositing its load. And do remember, load mean any kind of material being transported or in the river is called its load. So load, then river start depositing its load, which is called siltation. This process or deposition of silt in the dams is called siltation. And siltation, desiltation is another a big challenge to in dams. The silt is deposited, which is one of the major challenges. Okay? And then it is desilted to increase the capacity of water holding in dams. And second reason that where river gets slowed down is the inside bend of a meander. On the middle course, on the plain areas like for example in Punjab and Sindh, rivers take bends. River does not flow in a straight line like artificial canals. Okay, like the canals taken out by the human beings. These are the inundation canals and perennial canals taken out from the barrages or dams. So these canals you may have seen go straight, but the rivers does not go straight. Okay, naturally they take bend. Okay, so when river take bend, when river flow and take bend, when river is going on the outer part, it does erosion. But when it take turn in the bend on this part, at this place, river deposit its load, because here it gets slow down when it take turn. जैसे आप साइकिल पर हैं, आप टर्न लेते हैं जब, you have to slow down. ठीक है, हम जब भी गाड़ी पे हैं, किसी भी चीज़ पर हैं, when we take turn, तो फिर हमें स्लो होना पड़ता है. तो likewise the river when it take turn, it take bend at meanders. When it forms meanders, so it deposit its load on one side, but the outer part it does erosion. On the other hand, the last reason for the river to get slow down is when the river reaches to its mouth. Okay, so where is the mouth? Like for example, here is the mouth of the river Nile. So it is the Nile delta. When reached to its deltic plain, so here river lose its energy because of the, go to very third slide, because of the steep slope? No, because of the gentle slope. Because of the gentle slope, because here the slope is dead. Because of the dead slope, river lose its energy and start depositing its load. Therefore the load, when it is deposited, so it divides into stream. It divides further into streams. So and then this big mouth, it divides into many streams and then drop in the sea. So here is the Mediterranean Sea, and river Nile is only river that flow towards north, because its slope is towards north. So here river at the mouth gets slowed down. In Pakistan, river Indus forms its delta from Thatta, and it starts to divide into streams from Thatta. It means there the slope is gentle slope begin, and it starts depositing its load. Why? Because it gets slowed down. It starts to get slowed down from Thatta till its mouth, till its end where it meets the sea. So river has dead slope and gentle slope, therefore river get slowed down because of the slope. So these are the three causes of the river gets slowed down, and I hope you have come to know why river deposits its load and where river deposits its load. And last is the landform across different river courses. So we have come to know, we have identified there are three major river courses: upper course, middle course and lower course. The upper course where river is adult, the middle course where river is young, behave mature like mature people at mature age, and lower course where it get old because of the gentle slope. So lower course, it is called old age. So at all three stages, river does three kind of job: erosion, transportation and deposition. And due to erosion and deposition, river forms these all different types of features. So upper course river does mostly erosion. So these features are formed. V-shaped valleys. V-shaped valleys, river mostly does deep cutting when it travels on the mountains. So if the valley was like this, if this was the valley and the river was flowing in the center, so it does deep cutting and change it into V shape. So this is the V-shaped valley, and V-shaped valley which formed at the upper course, mean on the mountainous areas. Next is the waterfall. Waterfall means simply when water falls from a certain height is called waterfall. So this is another feature formed by the river erosion at the upper course. And the third river is gorge and rapids. Gorges are the narrow valleys. where river does deep cutting, so valleys become narrow, called gorges, and rapids. Rapid meaning in English fast. So at upper course, the water flow very fast. At some of the stages, some of the places at upper course, because of the steep slope. At upper course, you remember there is a steep slope and water flow very fast and can carry even the big boulders and pebbles or stone along with. So this is called rapid when river is fast. Middle course. At middle course, river forms meanders, oxbow lakes and levees. You have come to know meanders mean when river take bends or pool in the course of the river is called meander, and levees, you are familiar with the levees, are the natural embankments formed by the river, or oxbow lakes when river take bends and the oxbow lake is cut off from meanders. So many videos are available on oxbow lakes, so you can watch easily, or there is a text is given in a book. And further, when we will go to detail that how these features are formed, so then we'll discuss about how these feature like oxbow lakes is formed. But here at lower course delta is formed, and mouth and estuary. So these are the three major features you need to understand, you need to memorize, are formed at the lower course when river get old due to dead slope. So delta, where like at Thatta, from Thatta I told you that river start forming delta because here river divides into several streams, and characteristics of delta, you can say it where river divides into several streams, deposit alluvium, fine particles of silt and clay, and these silt and clay is alluvium which is most fertile, and due to the presence of water there are marshy land or marshy area जिसको हम दलदली area भी कहते हैं. और फिर उसके बाद last second is the mouth and estuary. We have talked much on mouth and estuary of the river. This was all for today, and thank you very much for watching this video, and keep watching. Allah Hafiz.